Real quick before this video starts, I just want to say a massive thank you to Space Ashes for editing this video. They have been on the grind editing a bunch of videos for me recently, so I greatly appreciate it. Link to their channel is in the description of this video. Definitely go check them out if you haven't. Also, this is taken from one of my request streams. We do these 2 to 3 times every week where people will send me in songs and albums and stuff like that. So if you want to be a part of those streams, get to be a part of reactions like this live, or just send in any music that you've been wanting me to listen to, definitely stop in for one of those, and yeah, enjoy the reaction. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I have received a donation from Space Ashes, sending in the next album in the A Day to Remember discography. We've gone through all of their albums up to this point. I've actually enjoyed the band a surprising amount up to this point, actually being positive on most of their albums. But now we have their most infamous release, the project that everyone hates, the album that has like a fucking 30 user score or whatever it is on Album of the Year. Let me actually check here. Yeah, a 32 user score on Album of the Year. You're Welcome is the title of this thing. Now, I have heard snippets of this album. I have heard bits and pieces here and there. And I have to say, from what I've heard, this is going to be a grueling, truly torturous experience. This is going to be a listen that tests me. And I thought I may as well hit record so that everyone outside of just the streams can experience the torture along with me. Track 1, Brick Wall.
Some call it karma, some call it fate. No escape, no future, no luck lost on a loser. We're heading for the brick wall.
Okay. I see. So, immediately, this production is overblown as hell. This song has no sense of balance in its dynamics. It just feels like it is literally a brick wall in terms of how it sounds. It's as dense and as packed and as overly loud as possible. It sounds like shit. Who's this sound like? That chorus reminded me of a song that goes, "So am I still waiting for this road to stop hating?" However the fuck it goes, whatever the lyrics are. That's what that chorus reminded me of, melodically. You miss Homesick? So do I. The good era of the band. We're out of that now, though. What? Washing machine breakdown incoming? Yeah. It's like if the end of Oxygen by Swans was a was a good song, you know, with the big stabs, with the loud ass guitars. It's like if Oxygen by Swans was a good song. And you know, if the scores were like inverse, if they were mirrored, because that song gets like a 2 out of 10, when in actuality it should get a 10 out of 10. I can kind of see some similarities between this and that other song, yeah, especially that vocal melody. It feels like a Brick Wall is a more just like... it feels like the Imagine Dragons-ified version of this Jane's Addiction song. You know, that's essentially what I would describe Brick Wall as. Brick Wall is a miserable, torturous... It feels like slamming into a brick wall. That's how I would describe it. It feels like actually slamming into a brick wall. Yeah. Brick wall of noise. That feels like the most disappointing and just sigh-inducing opener to this album possible. Feeling a flat 2 on that track. Mind Reader. You know, they've always been a band that have had very polished production. They've always been a band that have, you know, had music that sounds very clean, music that is quite dense, that you know, sounds, you know, very, pop sounding in its production. This is taking it to like that next level. This is so unbelievably just dense and brick-walled, especially with how much more of like a pop sound that they're going for with this album as well. Like legit, it's the drums are like a slowed down fucking dance beat in that verse there. This is fucking miserable. This compared to any of their great pop punk cuts is just like it's disappointing. Feeling a solid 3 on that song. Some bad shit right there. Some very bad shit. Wow. Bland, formulaic in all the wrong ways, just flat out disappointing. Yep. This song isn't like outright horrible. It's just overproduced, mega pop mega pop tinged. I don't even want to say pop punk. It feels like they're even straying away from their pop punk roots. They're just going full pop rock at this point. And it's disappointing. It feels like this is disregarding all of the things that made the band's highs as high as they were, and it feels like it's even going below the band's lowest points at this point. It's just like them throwing away everything that works, everything that they know they can do right, and just like taking a steaming shit on it. The Downfall of Us All or this. I mean, The Downfall of Us All is like a terrible song. I would say, as a song, it is probably worse than this song. The Downfall of Us All is, like, pretty fucking miserable. But, you know, it's on a great album. So, you know, I still would say that it has more personality. I'll give it that. How is this disappointing? You can't be disappointed in something you had zero expectations for in the first place. It's disappointing to see how far they've fallen, you know? It's disappointing to see them go from, like, really good, solid-ass band to absolute dog shit. I would say it's very, very valid to say this is disappointing. Bloodsuck. Oh my fucking god. Wow, immediately.
When I wake up, the cross above my bedding. Bloodsucker, you always kill my vibe. Bloodsucker. Just like clockwork, I know I can depend.
Like Clockwork reference. Okay, now it's a 10. Now it's a 10. You were unfortunate enough for them to play this fucking song live the one time you saw them. Unlucky. Queens of the Stone Age wish they could be this good. True. This actually feels like a Day to Remember's Mania. That clean guitar tone with the fucking snapping. We are in zero territory for this one, genuinely. That is like a high 0 to a low 1. Like a 0.8. That was fucking horrendous. How did we get here? How did we go from making some like very fun, creative, youthful pop punk and metal music to just becoming a soulless husk of a band? I don't even feel like Mania would be an apt comparison, because with Mania, Fall Out Boy were at least like trying something. Like they really wanted to get that sound right. Like they were excited about experimenting and they really wanted to branch out their sound. This feels like the band just saying, yeah, fuck it. Let's just go full pop. Got nothing else to do. This is like actually genuinely miserable music. This feels like a product of pure uninspired boredom. This is really bad. This is really, really fucking bad. I cannot believe that this exists. Coming off of like the solid ass run of albums we had before this. Like the album that came most recently before this, I wasn't the craziest on. I think I gave that like a solid 4. But all the albums before that, besides their debut, I really enjoyed. This is just such a gigantic step down, though. Now I know what you felt like in 2021. Yeah. Last Chance to Dance. Bad Friend.
I see you. Destroy everything around you. Crystal blade. Better wear. You see right through me. Yes, so don't pretend.
What? What? We had a little bit of like that older Day to Remember flair come through there. Still overproduced as hell, still sounded like shit, but at least it had the attitude that the band were bringing before. And then it just comes in with that same soulless fucking corporate sounding ass bullshit. Jesus Christ. The hook sounds like the hook from Better Now by Post Malone. Better Now is such a better song as well. You can see where Sleep Token got some of their inspiration from with this breakdown here. Would I rather be listening to Morning Glory? I'd rather take the third option, to be honest. Yeah, this song, it has semblances of the former great band. It had bits and pieces of the good shit that came before. You know, little moments where there was some hope. Even if it didn't sound good, there was some hope. And then it was drowned in a sea of despair and sadness and emptiness with this new husk of what was once a decent band. Yeah, I am just sad that this exists. It's just sounds like a song from Bad Vibrations, but with the problems amplified. It's just fucking tragic. It's actually tragic. There's potential for like decent pop rock tracks here, but it's being riddled with so many shitty, tasteless ideas that just see the band stripping themselves of that same very distinct identity they had before, and it's resulting in these songs just feeling so fucking lifeless. It's resulting in these songs feeling like they just lack anything to say, like they just exist for the sake of existing. Like, I made the comparison to Fall Out Boy's Mania earlier, but I wouldn't even compare this to that, because at least that album was the band trying. That was the band trying to do something interesting with electronic music, failing miserably, falling flat on their faces, but they were at least trying, you know? This doesn't feel like the band are trying. It feels like them just throwing in the towel and being like, fuck it. Let's just make some commercially accessible music and cash a paycheck. Feeling a solid 1 on that track. This album was delayed for almost 2 years. How? Don't even know what they would have released in 2019. I mean, maybe a better version of this. Maybe a version of this that would have been a little more raw and had a little more attitude to it. Or maybe it would have been even worse. Who knows? Oh, next we have FYM. Lowest rated track. Oh my god. His vocals remind me of that fucking Dream EP. Does anyone remember the fucking Dream EP that came out in 2023? That's what these vocals remind me of. Fuck your mistress. This is making me want to just fucking smash this mug in my hand, you know? As about as much power as a fucking OneRepublic song. This is just torture, dude. Holy shit, this is this like 2013 building a house out in the country whilst, you know, fucking your best mate's wife core music. This is... oh my god. Somehow even worse produced than any song before it. Yeah. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. No. Surprise, surprise, that was fucking terrible. Yeah, 2013 truck month music, build a house, cheat on your spouse, I can't think of another rhyme besides the word mouse, and I couldn't wait to make that work. That was absolute musical tripe. Slop in every sense of the word. This is the most soulless song on the entire album. It's a 0.5 for me. I don't know how else to describe it besides soulless. This feels like just such a cash grab of an album so far. There's no effort being put in here into this songwriting. It feels like a fucking OneRepublic song. I've got nothing to say about this shit, dude. It's just like actually miserable. It's genuinely just fucking miserable. High Diving. The next song has 6 writers, only one of which being in the band. Jesus Christ. Do we need to do the acoustics all the time? Hotel Resort music. You guys know the scene in that film, what's it called? Yesterday. The film about where the whole world forgets about the Beatles. And then this guy starts working with Ed Sheeran to recreate all the Beatles songs. And then Ed Sheeran goes, how about instead of Hey Jude, the song says Hey Dude? That's what it feels like the writers of this song did. The 5 writers that aren't a part of the band. This is some really fun music. This is some very fun and out there music. Ed Sheeran wouldn't be out of place on this album. Does every band have a midlife crisis album? Apparently so. Do they put like a metal right down here? At least that'd be interesting. Yeah. It's just so formulaic, dude. It feels like it's just ripping from so much early 2010s pop rock, and it isn't adding anything to it. Like you'd expect with a band like A Day to Remember that have such a trademark sound that toes the line between pop punk and metal and blends the two so often, that you'd think that they would be able to add something or say something or comment on something when it comes to this sound. And they don't. They just are just blatantly plagiarizing acts like Paramore with their early 2010s output, or Imagine Dragons, or any number of like I keep using this phrase. It's like truck music, build your own house music from, you know, like 2012, 2013. That's just what this shit reminds me of. Stuff that, you know, some of my, I don't want to say earliest musical memories, but like stuff that I remember hearing on the radio around 2012 to 2014, and just hearing stuff like that all the time, you know? This is just exactly what that's reminding me of. Absolute AIDS. Absolute AIDS. I'm feeling like a low 1 on that song. 1.2. This is worse than One Republic? Oh, absolutely. One Republic are like bad, but like not the most unlistenable thing on the planet. This is the most unlistenable thing on the planet. This is fucking... Resentment. That's what I feel towards this album. I'm pretty sure I've heard this one. Like, I remember my mum playing this. Now make this reggaeton. That would save this. The only song from the album you willingly come back to. At least it kind of has the original spirit of the band, you know? Not much else I can say I enjoy about this, though. The band can't even save themselves by making a song that feels like it calls back to their actual trademark sound, because even they can't do that sound good anymore. They can't even make a full-on metal track like this sound good anymore. It still just feels so packed and busy and unbalanced and so tonally out of whack. It feels ridiculous. And not in a way that like some of the older A Day to Remember stuff is ridiculous but still has a lot of that youthful charm. This feels ridiculous, like they're trying to cling on to that as much as they can, but they can't effectively tap back into that in the slightest. Like I'm shocked. I'm genuinely shocked at how bad this track in particular turned out, because they can't even do their thing well anymore. They can't even do their thing in a way that feels natural, or like it is able to bring back any of the same feelings I got listening to an album like Homesick. Well, I guess it gave me the same feeling I got listening to a song like The Downfall of Us All, I guess. So maybe it is. Maybe it is just like Homesick, except that one song. I'm feeling a solid to high 1 on that track. Looks like hell.
We rode a wave up and down, throwing me all around. Now we're fast off the overpass. Looks like hell.
Such a miserable melody. Oh my god. The writing has been trash. But like the writing hasn't been notably bad or anything like that. It's just been like generic slop writing that has just been there for the sake of the album having lyrics, not to actually push any real points or to try and say something substantive. It has literally just been, we need lyrics to go over these songs. Life really do be a beach? Yeah. fucking god, dude. I don't even know what to say about this shit, man. All of these songs are just blending together into fucking mush. It's bad. It's just bad pop rock music that doesn't have any sense of identity, that doesn't have any sense of exploration or care about any of the actual elements that are being put together to create these songs. It feels like they just want to have it over and done with, man. It doesn't feel like they actually give a shit about the music itself. They just want the fucking process of making it to be over. Yeah, I miss the earnest writing of Homestick. I miss the earnest aspects of any of the previous albums. All of this just feels so disingenuous and so manufactured. None of it feels like it's genuine, you know? None of it feels like it's coming from a place of real emotion. It all feels like it's coming from just them needing to put an album out. The production here is kind of proto-AI music. I feel like, you know, with the very overproduced nature of this, I can honestly kind of see that. Viva la Mexico.
Man, I'm wasted.
I'm stretching, hang on.
Medicated. Tomorrow it's got me rethinking my life. Viva la Mexico. I won't be the same when you get back home.
Wow. The entire band wrote this song together. Jesus. Oh my god. When the fajitas come out sizzling type music, yeah. They forgot the spice. They forgot the everything. This is the nothing burger of a song. Viva la Mexico. An identityless song. A track that feels truly, truly devoid of anything to say. It's just the band trying to manufacture a growing up song and reliving the party days. They can't even like they can't even get across that like longing to be young again in a way that feels like it's actually coming from any sort of genuine place. It like the emotions just don't feel real. The emotions don't feel like they're actually happening, or like anything presented on this song is actually coming from a place where he has felt what he's describing. It reads as him trying to replicate an emotion that has been described, as opposed to actually expressing something real in the moment. Like, I don't know, another, like, flat to low 2. Bad music. Boo. Oh my good god, we've still got 5 songs to go through. Kill me. Only Money. That acoustic guitar line sounds like Teardrop by Massive Attack. So that it's like panned all the way to the back, but you can kind of hear that one main acoustic guitar line. It sounds like fucking Massive Attack. It's reminding me of a better song. It's making me wish I was listening to Mezzanine right now.
It was only money.
That was fucking, I don't know, one of the songs of all time. Feeling a high 1 on that, I guess. Like, I legit, this is a song that I don't even know how to fucking review. I don't have anything to say. It's just a standard pop rock instrumental with some standard-ass lyrics and a very lackluster vocal performance. I got nothing to say about that song. It literally feels like seeing like the washed-up band just keep going. You know, that's what the experience of listening to this feels like. Degenerates up next.
My friends are degenerates, but I never change them. Liars. Dividing the ball, the books by the covers. My friends are degenerates.
I'm pausing the album to talk about something that is making me quite happy. I ordered a Greg's earlier. Okay, I was feeling hungry. They got like this new mint hot chocolate that fucking slaps. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna get a Greg's. And I didn't order these, but they gave me something extra. They gave me these mini caramel shortbreads. Look at that, beautiful. These things look fucking fire. They look a little blown out by the camera because the lighting in here is dog shit. But these have been staring at me the whole time. I was going to save them for later, but this album is so shit, I feel like I need some sugar and stuff that's going to put me in an early grave to cope.
It's gonna hit like the breath. Like it ain't hard enough simply being me. My friends are degenerates, but I've never changed them.
This is fucking all my friends are heathens, take it slow. But worse. Because now they're not heathens, they're degenerates. They're Redditors. 4chan users, even. This makes all signs point to Lord Morale look great. This makes Simple Plan look like the Black Parade, you know? Yeah, Degenerates is pretty trash. Solid 2. Actually, no, fuck it, no. This song had so many shocking moments. I have to put it in the 1 range, 1.5. So many moments that had my jaw on the floor with just how absolutely, unbelievably, inexcusably, offensively horrible they are. I cannot fucking believe that the intro of this song, and then how many times it returns, how did that make it onto this fucking album? How? Permanent.
The future freaks me out.
Okay. That doesn't sound too bad.
This is a cycle, often repeated, that's predictable to wait. It's so permanent.
I mean, this one at least feels like there was some effort put in, you know? The band at least are coming across as passionate here about this song. The only passable songs on the album are ones that have metal breakdowns, and it's kind of funny. I mean, they have ended up being like the most tolerable of the bunch. I will concur. This song is still fucking miserable. I'm feeling a solid 3 on this track. Still bad. Still a song that just had me sighing at every single shitty choice that was made, but dear lord. Comparing this to the other tracks definitely does make it seem like at least a bit of a bright spot. At least, you know, the fucking... There is light at the end of the tunnel at the bare minimum, you know? They couldn't squeeze in a 5 out of 10 song. Nah, it's looking like we're cruising in like 3 out of 10 max territory for this whole thing. Yeah, I don't know, that track... There were moments of it that sounded good, but they were also very few and far between, and were surrounded by still utter shit. You'll give me the choice of listening to the single version of the next song. It has Mark Hoppus on it. I mean, I'm down for that. Re-entry featuring Mark Hoppus. Yikes.
These nights are long, here in my cage.
It's not looking like Mark Hoppus is going to carry this. This sounds terrible, and I don't think he could fix this.
Night watch, I'll take the late shift. You had a clean shot, you didn't take it. I just wanna go.
How old is Mark Hoppus? And he's featuring on this shit. 53, so he would have been, what, 49 when this came out? 49-year-old man featuring on this shit.
And I don't know when I'll be back again.
How much did they pay him? Mark Hoppus seems like he would either like do something dirt cheap or he would be ridiculously overpriced. I feel like there's no in-between with him. Probably did it for free because he's a friend of the band. Not even making bank for featuring on that dog shit song. Yeah, Mark Hoppus' feature at least provided a little bit of variety. I'll give it that. Didn't particularly add any sense of character or life or wonder or enjoyability when it slips out and missed the re-entry. That's what listening to this album feels like, actually. Final song, Everything We Need. Fucking Boulevard of Broken Dreams. When it goes into the fucking instrumental section with the ahs in the background.
'Cause I know I got you, and you know you got me.
Okay, this is actually just a early 2010s Imagine Dragons song. Sounds exactly like that. What the fuck, man? Imagine Dragons makes a Good Charlotte, Lumineers type beat. Okay, that has to be an intentional reference if he actually is whipping out the word boulevard. It has to be an intentional reference, right? This is what 21 Pilots sounds like? No. This is unfortunately bands that are influenced by 21 Pilots, like AJR, and also bands that kind of operated in the same space as 21 Pilots in the early 2010s sound a lot like this. So they kind of get the reputation for sounding like this. They are so much better than this bullshit. Okay, you listen to an album like Trench or Breach or Clancy, or you know, or even Vessel, and you get some stuff that like is legitimately pretty great. Don't compare this to that, please. This is an album closer. Why the fuck is this a closer? What in the fresh fuck does this like do for this album as a closer? Why? In what universe is this like an ending moment? This is just another fucking song. This dead ass is another song. Like, I don't know, feeling like a high 2 on that. 2.7. Yeah, this album is Donkey Dick the musical experience. I found myself being just miserable throughout this. Just being absolutely miserable. This is a disappointing ass release for a band that were putting out some fun metal adjacent pop punk music that was full of life and energy, and even when, you know, it was a swing and a miss, it was still at least like full of personality and was still at least interesting. This album isn't even interesting. This isn't a fun bad listen. This is just a bad listen. Like at the bare minimum, you know, some of their bad stuff from before was fun bad to me. This isn't. This is miserable. This album was promised to us 3,000 years ago. Actually, the most Israeli album of all time, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot describe to you how torturous of an experience this was. People in the chat here have experienced this entire thing front to back with me, so they know what's up. But people watching the edited video, if you've not listened to this thing front to back, you don't know the pain that we just went through. Roden Mars says a score to remember, 19.5. So a 1.9 to a flat 2 out of 10. Which, honestly, I would dock a couple points for just how much of a slog this album was to get through. It felt so much longer than 46.5 minutes, which we were doing a lot of talking throughout it, so that did pad the runtime a little bit, but even then, it felt like twice the length that we were actually talking about it. This album just never fucking ended at all. This does not need to be 14 tracks. A couple of moments that made me laugh, a couple of instrumental passages that kind of remind me of back when the band were, you know, good and gave a shit about the music they were making. But besides that, this thing is a soulless cash grab made by people who do not give a shit about the art that they are presenting at all. I was immensely disappointed.
Never been safe, but never come closer.
They played this live when you saw them. Oh my god. Oh, it's this. I've heard this. I'm pretty sure my mum has played this song at some point. This this song sucks. If You're Welcome was just this for 40 minutes to be a better album. Exactly. It is very goofy indeed. Just such flaccid production, dude. Like, it doesn't feel well-rounded at all, man. The reviews on Album of the Year call this like the best song Marshmallow ever made. I mean, there's not very steep composition for that spot, you know? Like and subscribe outro music, yeah. Miserable ass bullshit, man. Yeah. Just a bad Marshmallow instrumental with some flat-ass production and just an annoying chorus, you know? An annoying-ass chorus melody that is as overdone as it could possibly be. I don't have too much to say about this track. I've heard it before. My mum likes this song and has played it a decent bit. Yeah, feeling like a high 2 to a low 3 on this. Absolute ass. Absolute ass. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Massive thanks to Space Ashes for editing this one. I greatly appreciate it. Let me know what you think of this album down below and how it compares to other Day to Remember albums for you. Do you hate it like everyone else seems to? Or are you one of the brave few who genuinely love this album? Because if you do, you know, you're kind of just an unintelligent person. I'm joking. I respect it. Anyone who likes this album, shout out to you. Links in the description to my Discord, my Album of the Year, my Twitter, and my other channels. Check those out if you haven't. Like and sub if you haven't as well. We are on our way to 4K, and I will see you all whenever I next stream or upload. Bye-bye.